Hey there, Alper Hacks, and welcome to 7-Day Inception, day number 2. And today we're going to talk about powerful energy. Yesterday we talked about mindset, domination, hypnotic influence, and I know that I gave some golden nuggets out yesterday. Well, I'm going to give some more golden nuggets out today, I can promise you that. So get excited about the fact that we're going to talk about the energy. Before we do, though, just let me let you know that on this page and even on all the pages, I've got the associated courses that are going to allow you to expand whatever it is we're talking about. In this particular case, we're talking about energy. Yesterday, we talked about mindset, domination, hypnotic influence. Well, today, we're going to go into more detail on powerful energy. But of course, you can get the Mind Force library. Everything is 30% discount. So since you're in this program, you get a 30% discount on everything. And again, I'm not forcing you to buy any products. It's not my point. But here's the thing. I want you to understand that if you're going to get really good at this, you're going to have to put in the flight time. You're going to have to put in the effort, and you need to have a system to follow. And again, you don't want to follow my system. That's totally up to you. But since it is the best system that's out there, you probably should follow it, right? Makes sense. Makes sense to me anyway. So let's go into this study of Qi. And we're going to be talking about powerful Yin and Yang energy, how you can use it. And you're going to notice that on this page, there are videos that I did probably 10 years ago or more. Probably more than 10 years ago. But guess what? They're still valid. You can still feel the energy on the videos. There's still good information. And you want to do those exercises. The whole purpose of the 7-Day Inception is that you start taking action. Bottom line. And the goal is to teach you some things where you go, wow, I want to learn that stuff. And that you're going to then take it to the next level. So let's do that, shall we? 9-step process. By the way, yesterday I was going through the slides on the first video, and the 9-step process came up, and I'm like, oh my God, that is not the 9-step process that I know. So whoever put those slides together on my team, they didn't do a very good job. So you'll notice if you go back and watch that, I kind of brushed through that. But this is the 9-step process. Assess your skills, set up a discovery and a diagnosis, right? Find out where you're at, and then set up a game plan, target, and then develop the core exercise. We're going to talk about some core exercises today. Ritual development. If you don't have a ritual, if you're not doing this on a daily basis, you're not going to get good. You got to put in the flight time. Tactics for breakthrough. I'm going to give you a lot of tactics. And again, when I talk about it, we're not going to cover everything on this video. There's no way we can in 7 days, right? 28 years of experience you can't do in 7 days, but I can lead you to programs that I know you can use that are going to give you the results you want, plain and simple. It's really as simple as that. And some of you are going to be excited about that, and some of you might not be. So, feedback loop. If you work with me as a coach or a mentor, I'm going to give you feedback and say, okay, you need to adjust or tweak. That's how you're going to get your best results. And then unblock and release, and then revitalize and transform. That's the 9-step process. Now, here's the thing, is when you get a copy of these slides, this is the plan you can use. You don't have to use my system, but you can use this step process, inception, progression, and transformation. It's that simple. If you do it, but you've got to put in the work. You've got to put in the flight time. So we've got yin and yang energy. Yin is all of the things that you see there. Yang is all of the things you see there. So the yang is the extreme light. Yin is dark. Yang is the more powerful energy. It's what most people that come to me want to learn. They want to learn yang energy. They want to learn how to move objects or do certain manipulation type things. And if you get the Chi Power Blueprint system, you'll learn how to do that. It's valid. Now, over the years, people have said to me, why don't you show more techniques of you moving objects and doing all these manipulation techniques? Here's why. It's because, number one, whether I do it or not, you don't believe it. You're like, oh, there's got to be some kind of trick, camera, whatever. And then the other side is, you go, oh, maybe he's, possessed, demonic possessed. He's got this energy and stuff. Energy's energy. That's what I'm going to say. And we're not going to go into a great detail on the manipulation side of things from, that perspective. But I want you to know one thing, is that I was never shown techniques like, one of my instructors showed me stuff until I could do it. Because they knew that if they showed me stuff before I was ready for it, I wouldn't really accept it as well. So I learned right off the bat. I mean, not right off the bat, but I learned to do my own manipulations. I'm going to teach you to do the same thing. I want you to learn how to use the energy. It doesn't matter if I know how to use it. It matters if you know how to use it. So you've got these two energies. Yin, if we looked at it from the power versus force, yin would be the power and yang is the force. That's a book that I recommended you read, David Hawkins, Power versus Force, great book. And so when we look at yang energy, it is this forceful energy. Right? It's the energy that people want to build up. They want to build up this massive amount of energy so that they can use it. However, it's the subtle yang energy that is going to really get you the results you want when it comes to attraction and manifestation and healing. It's all on the yin side. The yang side is going to be more of the forceful type of techniques. Now, I'm going to teach you both because it's a balancing act. When you do the Qi Blueprint training, it's both yin and yang training. When you go through the advanced Qi video, both yin and yang training, it's a balancing act. If you don't balance yin and yang, so what happens is if you see this diagram here, and everyone's seen the yin and yang, which basically says that in all of the yin, there's yang, and in all of the yin, or in all the yang, there's yin. That's the yin-yang symbol, which can be metaphored so many different ways and has been so many different ways for so many different years. But I want you to understand important things. You've got to do both. So what does that mean to you in your training? Yang training is like standing meditation, standing on stake. You'll see below this video, I have a video on blood washing, a video on standing meditation. Those are yang exercises. You're building the energy. You're building a forceful amount, a massive amount of energy. Now, one of the things, and I'll go in the next section actually, but one of the things you're going to notice, you're building up this yang energy. You've got to tonify it by yin energy. And so you do a lying down meditation, seated meditation, and you relax the body down. Of course, the next day, we're going to go into more of the meditation. But when it comes to Qi, it's the same type of thing. We're going to do a yin and yang process. And you've got the chart there that shows you, if you wanted to know, there's probably some things on there. But cold and hot. So cold is more yin, and hot is more yang. Makes sense, right? And so is one better than the other? In some instances, yes. In most instances, you want to be balanced. You want to have the forceful power of a yang, and you want to have the relaxed, calm, coolness of the yin. So again, it's an integration of both of them. It's not that one is good or one is bad. You have to have both. It's like a male-female type of relationship. You have to have both elements in order to make it as good as it can be. Here's the other thing. Yin attracts, yang repels. So if you want to repel something forcefully, yang is really good. But if you want to attract something, yin is better. Most of the time we want to attract things. And when we get into the manifestation section, that's going to become really apparent that you want to attract good things to your life. You want to attract relationships and jobs and money. And there's a reason why people aren't attracting relationships, jobs, and money. Of course, I'm going to cover that as well. But in this section, this is all about building up energy. This is the pillar of building up your energy. What you do with that energy afterwards, that's all the other pieces. That's why there's so many components to this process. So we're going to do a building chi exercise. And to do that, we're going to go to the meditation room. And the building chi exercise is really probably something you've seen before. If you've seen my video where I do the palm test, right? Everyone has a certain amount of chi, right? And you can press your palms. You can feel the chi, and you should be able to feel my chi. If you're receptive enough, you should be able to feel when I send the chi out this way. This is a clockwise pattern. You should feel this. If you're receptive to the chi, you should also feel it this way, going around this way, around your body, right? You should also feel if I slowly pulse it at you, you should be able to feel that. Even though we're on video, you should be able to feel all of that. Because that's the way the chi is. The chi should be something that you should be able to feel very easily. And if not, you need to do more yin meditation so that you can open up the blood flow. But in this exercise, I want you to just sit. And I'm not a stickler for how you have your hands. You can have your hands up like this, or you can have them down. What I really want you to do in this exercise is just to feel the energy around you in your room, where you're at, where you're watching this. Just feel the energy. And what I do is I cascade my energy out. I send it out in a clockwise pattern, just like this. Nice, relaxed, euphoric and blissful, cool energy. It's not too hot. It's not too cold. It's cool. Feels good. And I'm just going to relax down. What do you feel? Close your eyes. And in your room, can you feel different things that are in the room? For instance, my desk is right here. I can feel that. I can feel a chair over there. Over on the far side of my office is a window and another piece of furniture. I can feel that. And I can feel the walls to my sides. And so essentially what I'm doing is I'm expanding my energy into the room. So if I was in this room here, I'd be feeling the bench. I'd be feeling the wall. And this is the first recognition of chi, of energy. That's why we do the palm test. You can do it through a door, through metal. You can do it thousands of miles away like we're doing right now, because I'm sure there's people that are watching this in Australia, in the UK, and China, and wherever, right? You're feeling it. There's no time or space with the energy. I can send it, you can feel it. If you're receptive, you feel it even more. And so as you go through the exercises, the blood washing, the standing meditation, you're feeling that energy. You're feeling it. See, one of the things is that one of the biggest things about my method, the Mind Force Quantum Qigong method, is feeling of energy. And not only be able to feel it, but also to be able to externalize the chi, which means you can feel it outside of the body. It's not just a nice feeling or anything like that. You should be able to feel your energy. And that's why we teach manipulation exercises that you can use in order to manipulate the chi, to get the chi to work at a much grander level and see you can build it up many, 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 many more times than what you could ever imagine. And that's the key to building up the chi. And so we did that building chi exercise. I want you to do that every day. Again, we're creating a habit. We're creating really good habits to take us to the next level. Now, you've got this core of mind force and vital energy, right? We talk about this energy that's spinning around your body, just like you see on the picture there. And where the energy flows where attention goes. So if you are, and again, we talked about mindset domination yesterday, if you are sending out this energy like I am, and I've got an attention to a certain thing, the energy is going to go there automatically. And so what you want to do is you want to make sure that you're not sending negative energy out, because instant negative mindset is omnipotent, which means it's powerful. Fear, doubt, worry, anger, anxiety. These are all the things you don't want. However, I've trained people in the past where they've built tremendous energy, but they had all these things tied into it. And so, yeah, the energy was strong, but that's the strength that they were getting. They were getting the fear, doubt, worry, anger, anxiety. You have to keep your mind bridled. That's why the mindset was the first part, because you've got to get to a point where the mindset is stronger in the positive than the negative, because the negative is always going to tend to be a little stronger sometimes. Instant positive mindset is omnipotent, which means they're both strong. You got to choose which one you're going to have. Faith, confidence, happiness, love, abundance. If anything, love is really the strongest energy. But all of these things, faith, confidence, happiness, love, abundance. You want to be abundant? You send out the love energy that feels good. If you fill out this negative energy, see, a lot of times people, and when we get into the abundance manifestation section, people tell me, oh, I can't attract anything. Law of attraction is not working for me. And the reason being is because you're negative. Your energy is so negative that doesn't matter, because you're attracting exactly what you're putting out. But you see, you think you're positive, but you're not. And that's why it's always good to have a coach too, because they can tell you, listen, you're way off track. I can't tell you how many times I talk to people and they say they're so positive, but their energy is like murky. It's like mud. It's not good. And so you've got to keep yourself. So how do you keep yourself positive? Positive energy. That comes back to the conditioning of the mind. Affirmations, autosuggestions, self-talk, right? These are all things that you are required to do in order to keep your energy strong. Again, comes back to the three minds: the conscious, subconscious, and the superconscious. I'm sending to my superconscious powerful energy that says, hey, I want you to deliver to me the best that I could ever imagine. The best that I could ever imagine in this world. That's what I want to feel. That's what I want to see. That's what I want to experience. Now, as you start building up your energy, you're going to build it up in the spiritual, I call it the Chi Triad. It's the spiritual Chi, mental Chi, and physical Chi. And the thing is this, is that this is probably one of the most powerful Chi training programs you're ever going to be part of. If you do the advanced Chi exercises, the advanced Chi video exercises, and you do that routine every day, your energy increases without a doubt. If you just do the exercises that I included, you're going to get amazing results. But you know what's going to happen is 90% of you will do it once or twice and go, whatever. And you'll go on to the next shiny object. But I've already given you the keys to the kingdom if you would just open a door, which means walk through and do the work. Flight time. How many of you will actually do that? That's the question. That's the big question. You probably won't. But again, that's not my fault. I'm giving you the gold. What you do with it is totally up to you. And so the thing is that you're going to be building up this energy. And people always say, well, are there any side effects to building this? Of course there are. You're going to build an amazing amount of energy. You're going to get energy spikes. You're going to get this weird dislocation of energy. You're going to open up the third eye and you're going to be like, whoa, what's that? What's going on? I'm seeing dead people or whatever. But here's the thing is if you don't have a coach to tell you, what's happening, freaks you out sometimes. I'll be honest with you, it does. But let's talk a little bit about mind force and quantum Qigong power skills. What can you learn? Now, some of you that are here and just say, I just want to increase my energy. I get it. I was the same way. I wasn't into any, freakish things. I didn't want to be psychic. I didn't want to astral project when I started. I don't want to do any of these weirdo type things. I just wanted to, increase my energy from martial arts and maybe kill people a little easier. You know what I mean? But here, telepathy, intuition, perception. We're going to cover those more on the perception day. Body insight awareness and self-regulation, physical and mental. Communication abilities, again, mental and spiritual. Vitality. Building up your chi is going to increase vitality. It's going to help your organs. It's going to help your blood flow. Unique abilities. A lot of times people say to me, unique abilities, if this was true, why don't I see people that can do this stuff? Shouldn't I be able to see videos and people showing it online? And you can see things like that, but you always see these guys that get online that make a fool of themselves. Like I remember, I wish I had the video here. I should have probably queued it up before the session. But this guy says, I'm going to fight off your punches with my chi. He's going to, fight off punches with the chi. So they get a kickboxer standing with this guy, and the guy's just sitting there, sitting on with his hands on his lap, and the kickboxer throws a punch at him, punches him in the face. And he shakes it off and he says, okay, my chi wasn't ready. And the dude throws another punch, knocks the dude almost out. And the guy gets up and he's got a look on his face like, man, I just got my ass handed to me, right? That guy doesn't even know what chi is. If you want to get good at fighting with chi, then you need to practice every day with an opponent, and you need to practice it. And you could get hurt, but you have to practice it. You'll never be good at it. A mixed martial artist or a boxer or a martial artist, those dudes are training every day. So they're really good at their techniques. If you haven't been practicing fighting with chi, how do you expect to pull it off in a combative situation? It's not going to happen. It's not going to happen. There's abilities to alter the environment, right? We've heard of people that could change the weather and things like that. Pain. Being able to take incredible amounts of pain and pleasure. Unusual perception skills. This is all related to this energy because the energy is going to create all this. Mind, force, power, mental, physical, spiritual. It's all tied in. The mind, body, spirit connection. Love, the emotional power. Again, if there's anything you get from any of the training that we're talking about, it's that love. Is that love is going to conquer all. That's going to give you your most bang for your buck is by having love. So through all my research, I realized there really were three main elements in order to get good at this. You had mental chi, which is using your mind to create things to happen. That's the mind force. That's the mindset domination that we talked about. And there's many, many layers to that. So it's not just a peripheral type thing. It can go deep. Physical chi, being good at externalization of the chi energy, sending the energy out. And then spiritual chi, tapping into the spiritual essence and spirit eyes, right? We talk about the third eye. Those are the cornerstones of the triad. of the mental, physical, and spiritual chi. It's all energy. Now, I've trained with guys that didn't want to know anything about spiritual chi, spirit eyes. They were really good at externalizing chi from a fighting standpoint, but they didn't want to know anything about that. In fact, they thought it was wicked. It's not. I've known some people who are really good at physical chi, but weren't good at mental chi, and vice versa. And what I'm teaching is a method that has all the elements contained. Why? Because as I was learning, I learned from some guys that were really good at mental, some guys really good at physical, some guys good at spiritual. I very rarely found somebody that was good at all of them. I had one person who was really good at physical and spiritual chi, but mentally they were unstable, very unstable. I've had other people that were, like I said, good at the physical chi and the mental chi, but they didn't want to know anything about the spiritual. And then I've had some people who are really just good at the spiritual side. How you get good is using all of them. It's the old mind, body, spirit thing. Everybody talks about it. Very few really understand how it works, because there's a real thickness to it, right? Physical chi manipulation, mental chi manipulation, spiritual chi manipulation. As I go through each component of the secret triad and the many anomalies, please reflect on how you may have experienced them in your life and how you would like to. That's part of the assignment here, is that I want you to reflect in your life when you felt any of these chi energy, right? Mental, spiritual, physical. Have you had some kind of anomaly that's happened to you that caused you to feel a certain way? You see? I want you to understand that you have the power. You can have the power if you will understand how the power works. It's really that simple. So let's talk about physical chi training, because that's what this is about. This is the second pillar. The pillars really aren't in any order. I put the mindset first because I want you to understand that's really important to have that mindset. But now we're talking about physical chi training. How are you going to get good at this? And again, whether you learn from me or somebody else, that's fine, but I know how to do it. I know how to do this stuff. I've been doing it for 28 years, almost 29 now. And maybe when you're watching this, I will already be at 30 years. Who knows? But there's flow patterns, right? Teaching you and understanding that there's many aspects to your body. A lot of people just do the center line thing, the chakras, right? And they totally forget the arms and legs. Why does that make sense? It doesn't. You got to build the whole body, just like if you were lifting weights. Not to say those chakras and vortexes aren't important, because they certainly are. It's creating flow patterns throughout the entire body that makes a difference of how your chi grows. Chi infusion. How quickly can you infuse energy into your body? I'm going to show you techniques. In fact, right below this video is a sitting meditation, which is the original chi infusion technique. I want you to try that. Nerve fiber buildup. Blood washing is the nerve fiber buildup. So think of it this way. Your body's composed, and again, I'm not a doctor, so there's probably some things that some of you are going to say, oh, that's not scientifically proven, and whatever. You know, believe what you want to believe. You either try the exercise and get it to work for yourself, or you don't. And that's my thing. That's my challenge to you. If you want to come back at me and say, oh, where's the scientific proof for this? Do the exercises, prove it for yourself, and then you don't have to worry about that. That's the way I was. I'm going to learn it myself. But as you're building up the nerve fiber, it allows the energy to travel through your body that much faster. Just think about it. If you look at your body, you've got this total, it's like an energetic pattern. And as you open up the nerve fibers in the body, more chi can go through. More chi can go through by having this nerve fiber buildup. We always liken it to if you had a speaker wire. If you had a speaker wire that's that small or one that's that big, which is going to be able to conduct more energy? You ever see a speaker wire at a concert? Freaking thing's huge. You'll learn qi distillation, which is taking the qi and distilling it into a different format, maybe a liquid qi. Right? Interesting, right? Steady flow of energy. Well, I can send the energy to you. You can probably feel this. If you're receptive, you can feel this steady flow. I could also surge the power in you. I'll teach you body breathing, how you can breathe it through the body. You're already doing it anyway. Now concentrating it and building up the chi. Each one of these exercises, and this is a microcosm of what you're going to learn. There's probably thousands of techniques that you will eventually learn, but this is the basics. Energy triangulation. Did you know that you and somebody else, 3 people, can create a triangle of energy, pyramidal effect, in order to enhance sending out energy for healing, for manifestation, for really any kind of manipulation you want? Circular rotation of energy. How many chi guys have I met that say, hey, can you rotate the energy without moving? Like, I can circular rotate the energy. And for those of you that are responsive, you can feel this right now. I'm not moving, but my chi is moving, and I can move it pretty fast, or I can move it slow. And for those of you that are receptive, you're feeling it right now. And you're probably freaking out a little bit, like, how's he doing that? It's a technique that I can teach you. I'm going to teach you liquid chi, chi magnification. How do you magnify the chi? Many, many times I call it Incredible Hulk of Chi. Now, wouldn't you want to be the Incredible Hulk of Chi? Well, if you study this curriculum, you will be, or have the ability to be, the Incredible Hulk of Chi, which is pretty cool, right? I think so. Physical chi recognition. Now, I want you, I've done this before. I've done this in many, many of my seminars over the years. And we're going to do it now. Physical chi recognition. Now, obviously, I was spinning it out before. But I want to send you the energy. I want you to feel it. I want you to feel the energy. Now, what I'm going to do is I want you to relax down. And what that means is just take your energy and pull it down. Sitting in a chair. You can be lying down in a bed. It's fine. And just relax. And just let your body relax. It's just take a nice deep breath. Take another. I'm going to focus my energy on a certain point. And I'm not going to tell you what it is, not the one I'm sending now. The next one we're going to show you it. But I'm sending the chi to you in a specific pattern to a specific point that I want you to now focus on and feel. If you can feel it, email and let me know. Now, we're going to go to 2 other places that are recognizable: your solar plexus and your dantian, which is your chi point. And I'm going to send the energy, again, without moving. I'm going to send it directly to your solar plexus. And you should feel that. And I'm sending it very neutral, very cool, very relaxed, euphoric, and blissful. But for those of you that are receptive, you feel that. I'm now going to go to the Dantian, the chi point, which is the other green spot on the chart. You should now feel that. Focus on those spots on your body. Do you feel it? I could also take the energy and rotate it just like that on your solar plexus and your chi point. And for those of you that are receptive, you feel that. For those of you that don't, it's okay. You might feel it later. That's the whole idea of this process, is to build up the energy so that you can feel it, right? It doesn't mean anything if you can't feel it, right? And then what I show in this picture is these are the various vortexes. Oftentimes people are taught that the only real vortexes are the ones that go down the frontline chakras, but there's actually many other vortexes. And I'm showing you that there are many more that go around the body. And I will teach you exactly where they are. You'll also learn mental chi training, which we went to a little bit with the mindset domination, right? And these three elements are combined and comprised so that you can understand that building up physical chi is great. But if you don't have the mental capacity to have a positive attitude, you're going to build up chi that's going to stagnate. It's going to stagnate. The chi is going to stagnate. And so as I build up my energy, I'm building it up with an attitude of joy, with an attitude of love, with an attitude of, like I say, euphoric and blissful energy. Because when you build it up that way with love, you can still build the yang energy up. A lot of times people think that if you have these emotions of euphoric, blissful, pleasant thoughts, love, that you can't get the yang power, but you can. Because you're building the yang energy up by combining the training, doing the blood washing, the standing meditations, sitting, the lying down meditations, all using the components of all three aspects of the triad. You're using the aspect of the physical, you're building physical energy. You're using the aspect of the mental, which is you're giving your body the correct affirmation, self-talk, auto-suggestions that are going to allow the energy to grow in a way that is going to be good for it. And then the spiritual chi is feeding the soul and keeping the soul clean so that you're running on all cylinders, so to speak, right? And that's what the triad is all about. A lot of times people just want to go in one of those directions. I want the yang energy. I only want to do this. Or I just want to do yin meditations and do astral projections or something like that, which we're going to cover more in detail tomorrow. And then there's other people that want to go more into spiritual type of stuff, soul stuff, right? Which is fine. But it's really getting good at all of them. And anyone that does this type of training to a high level is going to experience all of them. Every single one. I've had people call me and say, I don't know if I want to go any further because it's freaking me out. And I'll say, well, that's part of the program. You don't have to do it, but if you want to get better, your chi's going to expand and you're going to feel these interesting feelings. It's just the way it goes. Okay. You're going to get these interesting side effects. That's what the chi is all about. And as you do the exercises, it's going to expand more and more. But I always use a caution when I would say to people, listen, if you get this advanced chi video, and I did the advanced chi video back in 1997. I was living in Pennsylvania at the time, and I shot it in my backyard. And I'm going to tell you what, it's not the highest quality video, but the thing is, it's the best video in terms of a routine. I mean, I itemized that routine down. It's got everything you need. It's got everything you need. And I still get calls from people that say they're still doing that workout to this day. And why wouldn't they? It's a great workout. Now, there are more advanced levels to that. That was the first one. But for most of you that are looking to get involved in chi energy, the advanced chi video is where it's at. That's the exercises you want to be doing. And you can get access to it by either getting access to the Sequence Masterclass or the Inner Circle. Of course, you can start with the Chi Power Blueprint. And again, it all comes down to what do you want to learn? What kind of flight time you want to put in? What kind of results you want to get? If you want good results, you've got to put in the flight time. That's never going to change. That's never going to change. So you got to do that. So anyway, that's what I wanted to share with you. I think there's enough nuggets here. So what's your assignment is going to be really feeling the chi. Can you feel the chi? Also, the other assignment is going through each of the different exercises that are provided in this module in this day, which is the blood washing, the standing meditation, seated meditation. Also, the awareness exercises that we've done inside of this training. I want you to experience it. I want you to start experiencing it even more. Now, tomorrow, we're going to go into what I call the control panel of your body, life, mind, body, spirit, and that's the meditation process. Now, everything crosses over, right? Meditation, mind force, chi training, the psychic, the healing, the manifest, everything crosses over. That's why this is a 6-cylinder, 6-pillar system, because it all integrates very well together. So some of the things that I've taught you today will relate to tomorrow and vice versa. But tomorrow we're going to do the deep dive into the meditation. And I will throw a few secrets out here and there and provide some really good tools for you to use as well. I look forward to speaking with you then. Go ahead and do your exercises. Let me know how it goes. Thanks for watching. And I want you to have a fantastic... Actually, let's go back to the main screen. What do you think about that? Love the main screen, the way it looks, right? Thanks for watching. Have a fantastic day.